Thank you. Welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Brigitte Kingsley, star of the movie Another Christmas. Uh, Join us as we delve into Brigitte's insights into her character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here with us, Brigitte.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
It's a pleasure. So, can you tell us a little bit about your character in Another Christmas?
Sure. So I play the character of Chloe Anderson. She's a children's book author, and she's on this very successful tour. But her dream has changed a little bit. She's a little lost these days, and she wants to write her first novel. At the same time, she's just lost her mom. So there's this underlying sort of theme of how to spend Christmas with your family in a joyful way when you've just suffered a loss. So she goes home to spend the holidays with her family, and she tries to find herself in that environment.
Great. And what initially attracted you to your role in this movie?
Well, this movie actually is very special to me because I wrote it, and it's a character that I wanted to explore because I lost my dad 4 years ago. And I remember that first Christmas and, the dynamic of the family and trying to find yourself when you feel a little lost. So I think that was the appeal. It was just writing like a project from the heart. And I also wrote the children's book that was in it. And I felt like the children's book was something that parents could have for their kids that might be processing that kind of loss. Because in the story, there's a little girl, and sometimes it's harder for children to understand why their grandma's not there or why their grandpa's missing. And this book, it's called Sally and the Christmas Angel, and it's in the movie, and it basically is how this little girl finds this angel who brings messages up to heaven on Christmas Eve for her loved ones to hear, so that it helps her heal through this Christmas season. So,
It's cute. And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating?
I think it's a mix of everything. Like our director Andrew Simic just has this wonderful way of capturing the characters and capturing the family vibe. Like when you're in this movie, you really feel what it's like to be in the middle of a family at Christmas time. Like he doesn't shy away from the chaos and like the the different dynamics and the love and the warmth. And all the scenes are just shot so beautifully, like the warm Christmas lights and the Christmas trees, and everything just feels like a home Christmas. And I think that when people watch it, they'll have just this feeling of joy and nostalgia. And I think it's a really nice and important story for people to see.
Great. And what was it like working with the rest of the cast and crew on set?
I love this cast and crew. So when I wrote the project, I definitely had some of my cast in mind because we've worked with a lot of these actors, and they've become friends, family. The lead character that plays my love interest is Landy Cannon, who's one of our best friends, and I've done, I think, 11 projects with him to date. And so what was beautiful about this opportunity was that I wrote a character for his daughter. So his real life daughter plays his daughter in this movie. And it was the first time they ever got to be on screen together. And it was just so nice to see that experience and to weave it into this storyline. And our crew has been with us for, years. Like some people come and go, but for the most part, like we have our team, and being on set with them is one of my favorite things in life. It's just, it's like home. It's like Christmas camp or summer camp at
Yeah,
Christmas time.
yeah,
Yeah.
great. And what can you tease about your character journey?
My character goes through a little bit of a growth. Like I think she's a woman who has spent all of her life really chasing her career. And she's left out some of the most important things in life, like love and romance, and and I think losing her mom and meeting Ethan, which is the guy that owns the local bookstore, and his daughter sort of opens her eyes to some stuff that she might want to open her heart up to. And I think, her journey is really about finding herself at this stage in life. Like, she's gone through the process of building a career she's happy with, and she's had a level of success, but then now what? We get to a point in our lives where we've accomplished the things that we set out to accomplish. And then there's that desire to maybe explore something new, or to sort of focus on things that matter a little bit more. And I think that's really what she learns on this journey.
Yeah. And how would you describe this movie with three words?
Oh, okay. Warmth, family, and faith.
Yeah, great. So the last question about this movie, what was your favorite scene or moment while filming it?
If I'm being completely honest, I think shooting the movie, I had so much fun with Elise Crocker. She plays my sister in the movie. And every time we were on set together, we just laughed so much. And it was such a great memory for me to have, is those moments on set with her playing sisters. And I think the dynamic really kind of shined through. And there's this one scene where, I come back from a date and she's been waiting up for me. And so she pops on my bed and we're both in our PJs and we're kind of, talking about this guy, and we're older, she's got a family, and, you know, um, but it's sort of like recapturing that moment of when we were maybe like teenagers and we would, talk about our crushes. And I think the way Andrew captured that was just so beautiful. And I think the dynamic between Elise and I at the time was just really, really great. And so I treasure that scene.
Great, great. So, change of subject, talking about your career in general, your rich career.
Mhm,
This is a question I ask to all the artists I have the pleasure to talk with.
mhm.
What have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked on throughout your career, and why for you?
Oh, wow. That's a big question. There's been so many, I think the thing I'm most grateful about in my life is having the ability to make these projects with my husband. Andrew's my husband, and we sort of dream up these projects. And it's so fun to be on set with him and, seeing these ideas come to life. And there's been just so many. Like the first one we ever did was Dark Rising, which was this little tiny movie with no budget. And but we just had so much fun and we laughed so much. And then through the years, doing all the Christmas movies has been really exciting and fun. And doing Astonishing Tales of Terror, which is a project we did a few years ago, was challenging. And again, like I think each project is just so special in its own way. And I think each memory I have on set is one that I cherish. Like I remember the day we wrapped Astonishing Tales of Terror, and Andrew had built this beautiful set where it was a throne room and there was a giant chair. And I remember just sitting on the chair, and they yelled wrap, like the cut, and the project was wrapped after shooting for almost a year. And then the crew, like the team, started tearing down that room immediately. Just I was like, hey, we're done. Let's start tearing down this beautiful set that Andrew built. And I remember just trying to take it all in those last moments, and like really appreciating being there, and having this opportunity with these people at this time in my life. So,
Great. So, a quick question. At Survival Shows, we are big fans of Christmas rom-coms. What
mhm.
is your all-time favorite?
Oh gosh, my favorite Christmas, probably. I mean, does Love Actually count or
Yeah,
Notting
yeah,
Hill?
of course.
Yeah. Um, I definitely love those. And yeah, I mean, they're out of the ones that we've done. I have a soft spot for Christmas by Chance, which I think is really cute. A very corgi Christmas. Oh my gosh, I have so many rom-coms that I love. But yeah, those
Great,
are the top.
good. So the last question, can you tease something about your next projects?
Sure. I'm actually right now in the middle of writing a brand new Christmas project that's going to come out next year. We're going to shoot it early 2025. And the only thing I can tell you about it, um, it's got it's sort of a royal Christmas of some sort. So we've never done the royalty at Christmas. So it's gonna be a story about a princess who, kind of runs away from her responsibilities and finds herself in a, incognito in a small town. So
Yeah,
yeah.
great. Interesting storyline.
Yep.
This is it. Make sure all of you to catch another Christmas this Sunday on Up TV. And thank you, Brigitte, to join us today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you to everybody that watches the projects, and really appreciate it. And Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And thank you all for watching. Bye.
Bye.